Okay, everybody. So I'm excited to get right into this one. As you guys know, Freeze the Fall so generously has allowed me to kind of be one of the premiere reactors to get their stuff early so that we can drop the reactions immediately after they premiere their songs. I'm humbled by that. I'm going to say that every video because it's awesome and I love that. You know, this group of young kids, I don't want to say that, but this group of young humans have just kind of skyrocketed very fast, and I'm glad that I was able to be there from the beginning, and I'm glad that, you know, there's an audience for them that loves them because they are extremely talented. As you guys know, on Wednesday, July 31st, when you will be watching this today, their album Thrones drops, so they will be releasing this video that I'm about to watch with the album, and the video I'm going to be watching is One Left Standing. So I'm so excited for these because it's a lot, right? You're gonna get this last kind of single of the album with the album drop. It's amazing, it's incredible. So I'm excited to get into it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. If you guys are new to the channel, what I do here is, especially for them, I'll kind of watch it through the first time, maybe interrupting here and there, talking about the music and, you know, chord progressions if I can get them, and just kind of how things kind of coagulate together. And we'll talk about the production. We'll talk about, you know, their performance in general in the video. So a lot to go through, but I'm excited. So let's go. Let's get it. Quinn, Aria, Jonah, let's see what you got. Here we go.
I can't seem to find a use for my time. Sit and stare behind. And I can't seem to find the evidence inside. Show the world I won't be broken.
I like the effects on the video.
I don't know what is worse, to have to come in last or to know you're all alone in first. Wish I could stare inside your hearts, then I'd understand why you held on.
I've talked about like their influences before, and I think specifically like right now I'm getting a lot of those, like, you know, 90s, I don't even know what you want to call it, I guess alternative rock, where you have like Bush has like the extremely distorted kind of guitar parts, right? So a lot of what was happening in the 90s is we had a lot of clean kind of guitar parts for the verses that would go into the, you know, the distortion and all that stuff into the chorus. But then right around the time, I guess mid 90s, kind of like that, it would just be like heavily distorted throughout the whole thing. Almost sounds like a wasp. That's what we called it in music class, was like the wasp, that wasp sound, right? So I'm getting a lot of that kind of feeling for this. It's really cool for sure. Let's go back. My apologies.
And I can't seem to find the evidence inside. Show
The guitar's on the left, and we have some reverb and delay on her vocals.
broken. I don't know what is worse, to have to come in last or to know you're all alone in first. Wish I could stare inside your hearts, then I'd understand why you held on, but I just couldn't. The face inside my dreams was me.
That bass tone.
Everything ain't it funny how it all just fades away now. And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall. Thought I'd be the one left standing, held on too close to letting go, and now there's nothing left.
I mean, we're getting a lot of Quinn's vocal prowess on this for sure, right? It goes kind of a little bit unnoticed or underappreciated when an artist or singer, excuse me, can go from like the head voice to that chest voice or falsetto very cleanly. That's definitely like a skill I think people need to kind of, I guess, appreciate more, at least understand a little bit more. So that's being expertly done here. But there's something in the verse. I was getting like, I guess like Linkin Park vibes, but really it's any band that kind of had like the DJs in the back. I mean, Limp Bizkit was one of them, POD, all that stuff. They kind of have like the record scratches, not record scratches. They have something going on in the back that's like a synth or something. That's obviously not an instrument, that adds just a little element to it. That's really cool. Very subtle background vocals. Inside your hearts, then I'd understand why you held on, but I just couldn't. The face inside my dreams was me, and I gave in everything. Ain't it funny how it all just fades away now? And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall. I know I'm stopping it a lot, but I want you guys to kind of notice how the music changes here from the verse to the, I guess, the pre-chorus or the chorus. Right, we have this like driving kind of rhythm, right? Dun, 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 dun. And the bass doing the same thing. We have the drums hitting the tom, the Jonah hitting the tom at the same time, right? And then we have these slowly drawn out chords, right? Strummed like that, right? So now it's a different feel. We have that driving verse, right? And now we kind of have this section where we like are able to a little bit take a breath. And it's a little bit of a tonality shift. But the chords are the same, feels the same. The vocal melody pretty much is the same. Little subtle differences that create kind of a whole new section, but really everything's the same. Really cool. We get a time signature change right there. Hold up. And now there's nothing left. The blue-eyed girl who saved me. We did a little bit. It looked like it went from maybe like 4/4 or even a halftime to like a 6/8 or 3/4. 3/4. 1 2 3. 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Yeah. Again, right? Pretty subtle difference, but again, it adds another dynamic to the song. I like those changes where you're kind of changing up the, I guess, like the rhythmic feel of the song, because it kind of like re-engages you to almost be like, oh, that's really cool. Or, oh, that was cool. And then you're kind of like back re-engage as if you're, like resetting almost your brain to be like, oh, let's keep listening even further. And every time I say that, I like kick myself, because I'm not trying to say that people have fallen off, but it's just to like re-engage you and kind of get you more like interested in what you're listening to, right? I don't know if there's a better way to say that. I can't find words today, but that's kind of what I'm trying to say. before we get too far, right? I'm listening to the lyrics too, so like I'm trying to take in everything, but I realize now what I was thinking with the verses, the guitar tone and the chord playing and all that stuff sounds a lot like Collective Soul. What's the other one? Those type of bands. That's what the guitar sounds like. And again, I'm not trying to like compare them in a sense, like saying they are like this, but we kind of get our references from other stuff. And that's kind of the feel I'm getting from just the guitar part, right? I'm loving the background vocals, how they're essentially like very subtle. Like if you weren't actually like listening for them, you might not necessarily even notice they were there, which is again masterful, and it's purposeful, right? Some stuff you really want those background vocals to be there and be ever present. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want them to be very subtle and kind of like a supporting role, if you will. But yeah, all that's really, really cool. Let's keep going.
And when they close their eyes, our lives will
Much more heartfelt song this time around too. It's not as heavy as the other ones, but that's okay.
end up.
You always have to mix it up.
Cause the face inside my dreams was me, and I gave it everything. Ain't it funny how it all just fades away now? And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall. Thought I'd be the one left standing, held on too close to letting go. And now there's nothing left. The blue-eyed girl who saved me.
I like it.
I'll waste my time here in my mind until
Little chord changes there.
I myself again. And as we fall apart,
Ooh, I like
seem to break
I like how everything's coming to fruition. Wait. Okay, I want you guys to notice how that held note is sustained while they layer on the vocal portion coming back into the chorus. But now the background vocals are much more in front, much more present than they were before. Again, this is tactful, right? Now we're coming to the fruition, to the end of the song. We got a minute left, and we're trying to like bring this whole story of the song into this big, this big ending to this story, right? Everything should be building blocks. If you think of it like there's a story to the song, just in its structure, not even the actual story of the song with the lyrics, right? But the song itself is song structure itself is its own story being built, and then there's the actual story on top of that. That's how I picture it, but really cool. Let's go back a little bit and listen to some of that.
And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall. Thought I'd be the one left standing, held on too close to letting go. And now there's nothing left. Hurt the blue-eyed girl who saved me.
So cool. Got the feedback at the end. I'm assuming that leads to something else. I want to go back here to what I was talking about with how everything kind of builds up.
Hurt the blue-eyed girl who
right? We have the regular pre-chorus sounds here where it's the guitar playing that sound I was talking about with her vocals, the drum and the bass following, right?
Saved me. Oh, waste my time.
A little bit of change in chord structure. And we have the held note coming up right here.
I find myself again, and as we fall apart, I can see.
Right? Everything is louder. Everything is more open. Everything is now kind of being turned up to 11 for lack of a better term. But it all is like level with each other because we're now at the, you know, the cadence of this, right? Really cool, man. All of these little things separate like the professional bands, the top tier bands from, you know, the not top tier bands, right? And her voice in this is incredible, man. I need to say that more. Bass drums doing heavy work. Really cool, man. Really cool. Yeah, I haven't put it out yet, but you guys are gonna see kind of another reaction to one of their live shows. I recorded it yesterday, but I wanted to get this out first. I talk about a little bit. Jonah's kind of like Jonah. He plays those drums, boy. He hits those things like it owes him money, and that's great. I think you got to be malicious in your playing in terms of get at it, right? But I'm wondering how many drum kits he goes through in a week, you know? But no, man, like I really do. I admire this band in the sense of like, I wish I had their work ethic, their dedication, their love for writing music, that they do at this age. I was playing already. I was still learning. I started older-ish. I started playing at like 13. And I don't know when they started playing, but I really like didn't dedicate enough time to like, you know, be really, really good at it until later on in life. And by then it was kind of too late, but I'm so happy that they're following their dreams. They're also like being nurtured by their parents and everybody to do that. And they're still being allowed to like live their lives, right? Like they still go to school, they still do all of these things, but I'm so happy for that. That's all I could say. This one was really cool. I think not every song needs to be like a straight up certified like headbanging banger. And I think the ending of this, and of course the breakdown that they did twice, was a little bit of a headbanger, right? Sometimes songs need a little bit more meaning, you know? I think we're going to revisit this one to talk about a little bit the production side of things. And also kind of talk about the lyrics a little bit. They don't send us the lyrics. I might ask them to do that next time. I very much am not one of those reactors that picks up the lyrics like this. There was some cool stuff that I did, but I want to get the lyrics in hand and then kind of come back and talk about them. So I might do a part 2 of this, but really cool, man. I think it's pretty amazing. I heard that they like recorded all of their videos in one day, I guess, to all of these, which makes sense because they're all in that barn. But to have them all be so different, right? They have different instruments, obviously. They have different outfits. It's all in the same place, but all the setup is different. All these cool things that they did with all these videos, and then their music is, I think, one of the better, well-written, well-rounded, songs from any band I've seen in a while. So, like I said, I'm happy for their success. Please make sure you guys support this band. They deserve it. They're young, upcoming artists, both literally and figuratively. So I really hope that you guys can kind of show the support. Say McFly sent you. I don't really care much about that. Just support them. I don't care if you give me credit, but it would be nice. But I don't care if you give me credit. But yeah, Freeze the Fall. Thank you guys, Quinn, Arya, Jonah the Destroyer. I love it. Please, please, please stay true to yourselves like you have been, and keep moving forward and keep grinding. You will be big someday, I promise you. But that's it. That's all I got for this. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. A deeper breakdown of this will probably be up on the Patreon very soon. Thank you guys so much. And please do remember that good vibes are contagious.